Well, hello everybody. Today I'll be reacting to Regular Rumble Naruto vs Avatar. And I think that Naruto's gonna win since it's been a while since I watched Avatar The Last Airbender. So I'm gonna pick Naruto. With all that being said, let's begin reacting.
If you grew up watching TV in the early 2000s and wanted to watch a team of young, inspiring heroes develop into legendary icons, then odds are one or even both of these series were your choice to make. Naruto versus Avatar The Last Airbender. East versus West. Cartoons versus anime. Everything sounds great, but I have one important question, Rewind. How many Naruto-themed battles have you done so far on this series? If we include Sasuke, then more than I could count, Leo, but I'm not one who usually dwells in the past. I'm more excited about answering questions for the future, like who's going to win this Rewind Rumble. To start things off, we got a team of 3 Naruto characters versus 3 Avatar characters, many of which have made multiple appearances in the crossover scene. In specific, these include Naruto, Sasuke, and Gaara versus Aang, Zuko, and Toph. As for the age range of these characters, none of them are getting their adult feats. We're not using any adult characters on both series. Naruto will be right about after the war arc, and Avatar will come from the first series on Nickelodeon, not the second one. Characters that have made multiple appearances will be kept in a brief, so without further ado, let's break down each member of each team. Starting with the future Hokage himself, Naruto. Naruto is a ninja with massive power and impressive skill. He has mastered the Rasengan and has a very dangerous Demon Fox cloak. The regenerative abilities granted to him constantly heal most damage he takes, so putting him down won't be easy. Aang. He was the last airbender, and the first cartoon hero to pull off an anime design without it feeling forced. Well, I can't say for certain if he was the first, but what I can say is that he was the Avatar during a century-long war known as the 100-Year War, of course. That's interesting, Leo, but what exactly is an avatar? The avatar is sort of like an ambassador that represents a physical embodiment of light and peace through the connection with the avatar spirit. They can bend all 4 elements: earth, fire, water, and air. The avatar holds a connection to the spirit world and is in peak condition in the spirit world rather than outside of it due to being surrounded by spiritual energy. Since the avatar is so powerful, it's his or her job to keep peace and balance between all nations of the world.
If anyone height or special ultimate, let me know in the comments below.
He later emerged, still biologically 12 years old, into a world engulfed by war. Luckily for Aang, he has an impressive array of skills, powers, and abilities. Aang was extremely agile and quick, even without bending. But with bending, he's a whole other set of problems for his foes. He can airbend, waterbend, earthbend, firebend, and even energy bend. Energy bending allows the bender to both strip and restore a person's bending abilities and transfer knowledge from one person to another. It's time for me to insert the obligatory phrase, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Speaking of everything changing, let's change characters and discuss Zuko and Sasuke. Sasuke? Do you really think it's a good idea to bring Sasuke onto this channel for a 5th time? What is he? Fans?
Oh god.
He just might be. Though because he has been the Sand so far in this series, let's keep his review brief. Sasuke was a member of Team 7 and the once rebellious ninja is now an established figure in his village alongside with his best friend and rival Naruto. Sasuke is very skilled with lightning and fire chakra natures. As a kid, Sasuke's main chakra natures are lightning and fire. He doesn't master all of them until adulthood, but with lightning and fire alone, he can still pack a punch, especially with his Chidori Chakra Ball. Sasuke is also proficiently trained in ninjutsu, and with his Sharingan, he can quickly memorize his opponent's fight patterns and counter them with relative ease. So remember that Fire Nation Leo warned everyone about? a strong heir to the throne, but none were more destined to one day rule than Prince Zuko. Spoiler alert, but that statement couldn't be any further from the truth. Zuko was actually banished from the Fire Nation as his ideals did not see fit with the current agenda. Zuko was only allowed to come back with his honor intact if he had captured or killed the Avatar. Anything less than that and he would still be considered an outcast.
Zuko at first, for multiple years, tried to defeat the Avatar. Then he slowly started to realize that he shouldn't just end up as a pawn for someone else's dreams and decided to eventually team up with Aang and fight for what's right. Zuko's abilities include firebending, which allows him to blast fire out of his hands and feet as well as manipulate it to his liking.
Zuko is more than just a firebender. Even without his bending, he is trained to become a master in swordsmanship. He is also very skilled at infiltrating new territories, breaking incoming projectiles with his bare hands, and he's a very skilled tracker. He's been able to track Aang down from all over the world.
And last but not least, we have Gaara and Toph.
Gaara and Toph. You would expect this pair to make sandstorms, but from the looks of things, it seems like they can only make salt storms.
Salt in this day and age is inevitable, but let's enjoy the calm before the storm. Starting with Toph, she's an earthbending expert and even discovered the art of metal bending.
Take that, man of steel.
Toph was blinded at birth. She was very introverted due partially to bullying and partially to her overprotective parents. Thanks to her own unique style of earthbending, Toph grew stronger and became famous for winning multiple underground earthbending tournaments under the title The Blind Bandit. She even accomplished this all behind her parents' backs, or in front of them. She couldn't really see either way.
Toph is easily one of the most powerful earthbenders in the world, but she's not perfect. Due to being solely dependent on the Earth's vibrations, she is very vulnerable to air-based attacks if they are not made of Earth-based materials. Regardless, she's a very tough opponent to put down thanks to her unpredictability and the fact that she can use earthbending for far more than just fighting. Without sight, it's become her way of observing everything.
Gaara was never born to be feared, but before he was born, his superiors already gave him the role of the one-tailed Shukaku, essentially predestining him to be used as a weapon of fear for the village. This left Gaara isolated, especially since his mother died at birth.
Gaara's childhood was certainly one of tragedy, but I look at the sandbox as half full. For better or for worse, Gaara grew into becoming a total powerhouse. His nature transformations include earth, lightning, and wind release. He's an expert at manifesting, manipulating, and controlling sand flow. He carries plenty of sand with him, and he can always rip from the earth to create more. Even as a kid, Gaara was very dangerous towards his foes.
In battle, Gaara's usual tactic is to stay safe and still, using his sand to attack opponents from a distant range. The attacks usually follow a similar pattern. Capture and immobilize the target, then crush all parts of their body. Gaara's shield and sand automatically protects him from most threats, even those he's not aware of.
In total, that's 3 Naruto characters and 3 Avatar characters. We've got your lead protagonist, the rivaling frenemies, and the salty earth manipulators.
Oh boy, here we go. No prep
And
club,
now,
of
let's
course.
set ourselves a circumstance. In
Of
order
course
to get the
there will be
most
no
out of
prep
all
club.
3 characters, this battle will take place in a wide grassland full of earthly minerals and little to no human interruption. The preparation will be kept at zero since naturally both teams have fair chemistry between each other. Once that circumstance bar has finally loaded, it's time to rewind rumble.
Here we fucking go. Let's get it. Yep. Yep, there's aim.
I don't know how to lose.
Come on now, please. No, I don't think he should unmute. Yep, do it. Yep.
You're not getting away!
Yeah, I knew that if you want to win. Oh no, they're not ready yet. Oh. Come on, softly.
Hopefully you enjoyed that animation, and if you did, special thanks to Team Animation Rewind's Regular Animations XD and Discovery Games BR. Super special thanks to Leopold the Brave for co-hosting this episode and for being a huge help in general. And of course, I cannot forget the likes of Corn O'Keefe and Robert S. Corn O'Keefe helped out with calculating, scaling, gathering, and putting together pretty much all of the stats in the post-analysis, as well as the overall research. Robert S. was the idea raffle winner who specifically selected this idea to happen. We could not have pulled this off without all the great people listed on screen. If you want to learn more about cool characters like these, then be sure to check out my channel, probably linked in the description below, to see my show Universes. Watch some recent fights like Tarzan vs. Grug or Finn vs. Steven, some popular fights like Gru vs. Megamind or Bowser vs. DDD, and get hyped for my upcoming fights involving Dragon Ball characters and a special 50th episode. Leopold the Brave, out. Our winner is Team Naruto, and boy oh boy is this going to be a doozy. Let's start off with Naruto at his top speed and Sage of Six Paths mode. Within this mode, he was able to point-blank dodge the light from Madara, and this was confirmed to cut through enemies moving at the speed of light in the 4th data book. It is also backed up by a previous scaling, because right before this, Guy Sensei, when he was in the 8th gate, was able to run so fast he was literally distorting space, and Madara was able to react to him, and it said that Naruto has been on par, if not greater than the reaction time than Madara, so him point-blank dodging light makes a lot of sense. Now, for his base form from the War Arc, he should be Lightning Timer due to the fact that he's superior to Kid Kakashi, who is already fast enough to cut a lightning bolt in half while heavily drained of stamina. In terms of chakra potency, he had enough chakra to fuel at the very least 1,000 ninjas with lowballing, with 3 times the amount of chakra levels that he normally would have, and he was able to do all this with only half of the 9-tailed chakra. In Naruto the Last, it took a couple hundred ninjas to fuel a cannon capable of blowing up the moon, and the thing we need to remember about is that these ninjas were not aware that the moon was hollow. They only calculated this cannon to be able to teleport and blow up the full moon. It only took a couple of hundred, whereas it only took Naruto half of his chakra to literally fuel at least 1,000 ninjas with over 3 times the amount of their normal levels, showing he has more than enough energy to fuel a moon-busting cannon, and Madara absorbed the 10-tailed beast who could casually blow away nations and whose pure chakra is comparable to that of a small world in size, and Naruto was able to handle this guy. He also briefly swapped hands with Kaguya Uchizuki, who had the power to create an expansive truth-seeking ball and obliterate her entire pocket dimension, which was big enough to hold the planet and the moon. Now, Naruto isn't quite on her level right there, but briefly he was able to swap hands with her and overwhelm her with a couple of 1,000 shadow clones. It's also confirmed that he can create 2,000 shadow clones, and that the shadow clones are not like split body technique from Dragon Ball. They don't split your power and your speed. His shadow clones are just slightly below him, and regardless in terms of power and speed, he has great regeneration. He can absorb nature energy from around the planet, and he can sense limbo clones, which exist on a different plane of existence. Regular Sage Mode Naruto was seen lifting a giant rhinoceros and tossing it several feet into the air casually. He gets physically stronger with other transformations. He's even been seen falling on a bunch of stalagmites and taking basically 0 damage. As for Sasuke, he's in the same ballpark as Naruto, although he does have less stamina and less chakra. But in terms of raw striking force, he is easily again in that same ballpark, especially when he uses his Chidori. Plus, he's just as fast as Naruto in terms of reaction and combat, and heck, he was even able to actually blitz both Madara and Naruto. And this was after Naruto point blank reacted and dodged a light speed attack. So with that, you can easily say Sasuke was punching faster than light right there with his Chidori. Naruto and Sasuke were able to create a moon by slapping their seals and hands together. Teenage Gar should easily be town level. His sand was capable of taking a blast that could destroy a village, and his sand could basically shield an entire village, as shown right in the manga panel. Plus, he's able to tag other characters that are easily considered lightning timers. Him being lightning time himself is backed up because he should be superior to young Kakashi, who again was fast enough to cut a lightning bolt in half while heavily drained of chakra. Even in part 1 of Naruto, he was able to cover pretty much the entire forest with his sand, which would already be multi-city block just as a kid, and in that same situation, he went up against somebody that had the bones that are harder than steel, and his bow was capable of damaging this guy, crushing his bones that are harder than steel. This again was just Kid Gaara. Teenage Gaara is one that is easily town level and has lightning speed. The last airbender himself is capable of reacting to lightning, same with Zuko, as they both have shown they can react to lightning and redirect as well. As for Toph, she hasn't exactly shown that she has the reaction speed of that of lightning level. However, in this certain situation, I would personally give her a generous highball and scale her to lightning time just out of generosity. So the two of them at most are definitely lightning level in terms of speed, and one of them is debatable. Toph has matched King Boomy before. King Boomy has shown large building level feats to city block with earthbending. Toph also separated an island. She did not destroy it, however, though to separate an island like that, you would still need at least city levels of force. Aang being at minimum city level is backed up too, via as he also lifted a city while in avatar mode, so scaling to the other avatar makes sense, plus he has the knowledge and power of the past avatars. When in the avatar state, Aang uses the combined experience and power of all the other avatar incarnations, so he should scale to this feat. This would at best put Aang at island level. Overall, Team Avatar's best feats are island level and massively hypersonic, being able to dodge lightning, while Team Naruto's base speed feats are at the same speed and have small planet, large continent level power scaling feats. Plus, they go all the way up to FTL if we use their super impressive forms. Team Naruto pretty much outclasses Team Avatar through raw stats alone. Debating everything else is kind of redundant since the stat gap is so wide. Making the winner of this Rumble, Team Naruto. Now forget the battle of the kids. Let's see them fight as adults. If you want to see an adult rematch between adult Naruto and adult Aang, all you have to do is like this video. If this video gets 4,000 likes, such a rematch will be put into production. Don't forget to comment down your own ideas. Don't forget to download the free animation rewind apps, and stay tuned as the next fighters are going to be revealed on the next episode of Rewind Rumble.
Finally, suit up.
I'm in.
Finally.
Incredibles?
Finally, the Incredibles are back.
Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that reaction. sorry for the doing this. Yes, really messed up. But I hope you enjoyed the safety. I'll be I will be making a video of Sonic and Knuckles versus St. Helmet and Thanos after this. So, bye.